Hi, Ingy. Really good to see you using videos and really, to kind of step out of your comfort zone to do that. I've got a few feedback for you with regards to, after watching your videos and also reading the comments from the various folks here. First thing first, I think Trello is an excellent tool. That said, I found this other tool that it's tremendously, in my opinion, more robust, and that tool is called Asana, ASANA. Now it has both functions. So, for example, there are people who likes to create lists, and there are people who prefers to use a board, Kabana board. So actually, Asana allows you to do either one or the other. So once you start a project, you could have like a board, a Kabana type of board, or you could have a list like a regular to-do list itself. So because I tried using Trello and I didn't like it because one of the key thing was that it has very very basic functions, and it doesn't allow me to do recurring tasks. I've got lots of recurring tasks because I got quite a number of daily routine things that I do on a and a daily basis. So I don't want to have to kind of recreate those tasks again every day. So Asana does the job beautifully, and it's free unless you want a little bit more robust in terms of the functionalities. So that's number one with regards to the tool. Now, number two, when you talked about, do you guys kind of do off the cuff? Inge, I can tell you this for a fact that anyone who tells you that they do it off the cuff and they can do it perfectly well, it's two things. It's either A, they are a genius, or B, they are lying. I'm very candid about that because truly it takes a lot of practice and it takes a lot of preparation in order to be able to do it, so fluently and to be able to do it so naturally. The person that is able to do it, as if like he has not prepared at all, is this guy called Howard Stern. And Howard Stern seems like he makes it seem so easy, but in actual fact, the amount of research work that Howard Stern does before he interviews someone, it's so intense that you wouldn't believe it. So so I would say that if you really want to be get good at it, you can't expect to just flip on the camera and just speak off the cuff like that, because then your thoughts will be all over the shop, and that will not be very useful, or that may not be very easy to watch. Okay, so that's something that you wanna consider. So that's number one. Number two is that should you have bullet points? I think, or should you have some points written down? I think having some points written down, it's always the best thing, because you can go back and refer to them. Now, unless you are like me, because this is not so much as a brag, but this is more of an example of, because I've done so much practice of it, it has kind of become second nature. But what I do is I only have 2 or 3 points in my head whenever I want to do a video, and then I just go hit record, and I usually do it in one take. I hate to do it in a way that it's so perfect, because then it seems like it's staged. All right, so what you can do really is to have 2 or 3 points in your head, and then you just hit record, and try to do it within a take itself. Okay. Now, the third thing that I would like to share with you that I think would be most helpful for you is the following. Now, understanding human behavior and understanding how people scroll through videos these days, I think you need to be very, very, very cognizant of how the psychology and human behaviors are. So when I scroll through, within the first 5-15 seconds, you need to be able to capture my attention. If you don't, I'm going to move on. And once I move on, for me to go back and to be able to pay attention to you would be difficult. So that's why two things. Number one is, with Facebook video, the best thing that you need to do is you need to have captions, because a lot of time people are watching you without audio, and and when people are watching you without audio, And if you're just talking like how am I doing now, I have no idea what you're talking about if there is no audio at all. So caption is something that you really want to consider, because really that is something that will be able to capture people's attention then. The other thing that I want to share with you is a framework that I use. It's a framework that I've kind of adapted from a few people, and this framework basically kind of helps you to do the following. Now, like I said earlier on, within the first 5 to 15 seconds, you need to be able to capture the person's attention. How do you do that? If you say, "Hi, I'm Ingyi, and today I would like to share with you another productivity tool called Trello," chances are I would move on. Why? Because the thing is that you did not address what is my pain point. You did not address what is my need. And if you're not addressing my need, I'm not interested in what you want to say. I mean, I'm just telling you candidly, it's not, don't take it personal, it's got nothing to do, it's not you. I'm just saying, as a matter of factly, that this is how people would browse. So within the first 5 to 10, 15 seconds itself, you want to be able to address a pain point. So I would usually go like this. So for example, the framework that I use is called Mentor, Mentor. Now, my starting point is that everyone has got a problem. So if you want to talk about productivity tool, what is the problem that you are addressing? What is the problem that productivity tool are addressing? So for example, that now you are kind of sharing Trello, and Trello is a board rather than a list. So perhaps your starting point could be, you and I know that creating to-do lists, it's one thing, but actually motivating yourself to want to strike off those tasks is another thing. So for example, the pain point of anyone who create lists is that at the end of the day, after creating the list, I have this long list, and just looking at it overwhelms me. So that could be the pain point. So if you understand that is the pain point, start with that. Now once you start with that, the next thing you want to do is M stands for magnify the hurt. What do I mean by that? So you have this long list and you are overwhelmed, and then you magnify the hurt. You magnify the hurt by saying that, so now you look at that list and you don't even know where to start, and you just shut out your computer and you say, I'm just overwhelmed, I do not know what to do. Or have you been putting off doing that task that you had in your to-do list for a week now, or maybe a month? So you see, what I'm doing now is I am showing that you kind of magnify the hurt. You know that doing lists doesn't work, and doing lists makes you procrastinate, and when you procrastinate, you don't get the job done. So that's magnify the hurt. M. Now E is where once you have captured my attention, E is then you can say, "Hi, I'm Ingyi," and a couple of months back, that was exactly the same problem I had. I have this long list of more than 200 tasks, and I didn't work on any of them. So this E, experience, my experience, your experience, so I can relate to you. You are like me, I can relate to you. All right. So after E, then you talk about N. N stands for need. So what you need to do is, so then you can talk about, so I discovered this tool called Trello. Now Trello is different from your traditional to-do list because it doesn't make you create lists, and instead it asks you to visualize what you need to do as a 3-step process, before, during, and after, for example. Okay, so that is the N part. And then T, you can go into testimonial or stories. All right, T, testimonials. So you can talk about testimony. If you don't have other people's testimony, you can talk about your own testimony. I've done this and it worked for me. All right, and then O, it's basically what you're offering. So at every content that you are creating, you must offer something. What is it that you're offering? Are you going to offer me? It can be offering as simple as, I've created a board and I would want to share with you the template that I've created. That's offering, okay? Or you can offer, if you like to set up your Trello as a management tool for you, I would be able to help you do that, whether for free or for a fee. All right, so that's your offering. And then R would be what is the results that you can get. So once you set that up, you will be able to see your productivity skyroot through two times, three times, for example. So, quick recap: mentor as a framework, mentor. M stands for magnifying the herd, E stands for experience, N stands for need, T stands for testimonial, O stands for offering, and R stands for results. Let me know if this has helped, and let me know if this is something that you can consider. And if so, now I'm offering. So if I can help you in terms of creating content, using video, if I can help you in any way, shape, and form, please feel free to drop me a line. Or if you want to, you can join me at my show, which is at melvin.show. Or I've just started a live show, which I'm going to be calling it Media Not Marketing Live Show, which I'm going to be sharing with you the resources as well as the research that I'm going through as I develop the A to Z, the A to Z blueprint of media assets. This is Melvin Tan. Thank you.